Hey guys, it's been a while since we were tearing apart the Super Magna 787 engine. But here, I just wanted to show you while we're in here. I've been taking things off, just unbolting stuff. You can easily do that yourself. Here we are at the stator, and this is the heavy duty magnet that runs around it. This is what generates power as this spins around it. Okay, so actually this might spin. No, this is stationary. Sometimes, you know, depends what you're doing. So this is a Honda, 8mm bolts here, loosen that up. There's a bracket here that keeps your wiring out of the way. And then this guy pulls up. It's as easy as that. Oh, is that a slug? There's a freaking slug in here? Are you serious? Oh, he's moving. He's moving too. Oh, that is weird. What's a slug living in an engine for? Well, this sat outside at my buddy's house. And we have a slug living in an engine. I don't know how he survived. That's crazy. That's not what you're here for. He doesn't like that I opened up his home here. Well, that's weird. This actually looks like a good one. I don't see any burnt anything. Yeah, you can see the part that sat in the engine oil. The oil, I mean, it's bathed in oil, so that's what happens. And then your rotor here, stator rotor. This is a 17mm bolt that comes out of here, and you turn that out, so that will be holding that in. And then what you need to do is push this off without damaging it. You can actually get a screwdriver in underneath, but that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to use a rotor puller, and I usually jam something down in here, which I did. I'm gonna have to get that out. That shouldn't be too hard, but put something in there that you can push on, and then you go to your rotor puller set, find the one that screws into the rotor itself, and then this pushes down, and as it goes down and pushes against whatever's in there, then it can pull off. I found the Shadow, the Magna, and this one, or the Sabre engine. That poor guy. I'm gonna watch him while we talk. It's wide open here, so there's nothing to push against. This is an automotive puller, but it has all the right stuff. But it'll push that down while it's attached to this, and it'll just lift this up. And then here you go. You can see this side. There's a key there, and then that key just fits down on the middle there, and that just stays in place. That's it. That poor guy, I gotta relocate him. He's gonna die. I don't want him to dry up. So there's that. There's our water pump. We gotta rescue that. As you can see, this is the 700, the 698 CM3. So yeah, that's a good stator then. The wire runs through, plugs directly into, oh, that's a mess. I don't think that's burned up. That's just muddy. All right, so I'm gonna keep going and I'll show you what we got. I took all the bolts and stuff out of here, and I think this is like rock solid, so I've been trying to pry that off. Don't think I missed anything, but this whole housing should come off with maybe the water pump. I think that's separate, but I'm not sure. Should come off for the clutch slave cylinder area there. And then I took all the 8mm bolts out of the oil pan, and we're gonna lift that off. Here's our oil pan. There's some dirt in there, just some gunk, but that should clean up and wipe out pretty good. Here's the bottom of our engine. Oh, there's our oil filter. That actually looks way cleaner than the last one we had. Don't see any metal shavings in there or parts of metal. Whoop. I just lost the gasket that goes there, down in there. Well, that's gonna have to come out. And then here's our oil pump right there. That can come out easily too. There's our water pump that connects to that drive here. So this drive connects there to the shaft, goes across here, it runs the oil pump and the water pump. Very, very good. So it's a little crappy, but at least it doesn't look like the last 82 Sabre looked like. We don't have shards of metal and all kinds of junk in here, so it's pretty clean. And like I said, gasket fell off. That needs to be with that. This pipe will just pull out, but we can pull out the oil pump and the water pump, and that should do it. See how they connect right there? That little shaft, they just line up, and sit together. They just line up and kind of kiss mate. I got this 87 Super Magna engine inside where we were tearing down the old 82 Sabre. I'm seeing a lot of similarities to this engine, so it should be about the same as we tear it down from this point. We got now that we have the oil pan off and coolant lines off and all that, I'm going to try and sort these things better than I did with this stuff. And as I go, try and sort these out in a different way so that I can sell parts together when things need to be together. So we're going to pull off the heads right here. As you can see, the rear, this is the rear, correct? Yes, this is the rear. The rear still has this spacer where the front does not. So that is the same as in the other one, because there's the spacer. That was the 82 Sabre. So still doing the similar, still a V4, still pretty much similar. So this is a 700, that was a 750. Really didn't make a difference other than a little bit of, I think the bores were a little bit smaller. So anyway, maybe the bores are smaller and a little bit longer. I don't know. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. These are what, 6 millimeters, and I'll show you what's under these cylinder heads. 6 millimeter hex and mallet, and we just tapped this free a little bit, and I think these are probably the same things they used back in 1982 on the very first one. So this already stinks a little bit. We lift that straight off and we see a beautiful head here. Yeah, this guy looks good, and everything up here looks nice and clean. I don't see anything I don't like. Looks pretty nice. So I'll set that over here. This rear guy smells a little bit, and pull that off as we lose some bolts off the valve cover. There we go. Again, looking super nice. Just set that over there. Make sure you don't lose. You have your bolt, and then you have this rubber metal grommet thing, and that's that. Yeah, it just smells a little bit like cooked oil, but otherwise everything looks good. I'm gonna try and, like I said, keep these together. We don't need these cut wires anymore for the spark plugs. At least this thing has spark plugs, but we wouldn't use these old ones again anyway. They can go in the bin, and I guess we'll keep doing. We already did this once, so if you want to go back and watch that, go ahead and do that. I probably know how to do this faster than I did before. These guys are oil passages to oil your valves. Oil comes up through there and spots down there. There's your rockers. I'm sorry, your valve. Yeah, it's your valve rockers. And there's everything you need to see up top. They're all labeled Nissan. Nissan? These are cams. I'm sorry, I say rockers. Camshafts, because these are your cams and your valves. And this is just a bracket to keep everything in line. And I guess that's your timing chain right there in the middle. Guess I'll bring you back in when I tear this thing down, because like I said, go back and watch 82. Here's the remnants of it, but it's pretty much the same. Try not to get them mixed up, but like I said, a lot of these parts are probably still shared from good old 1982 up through, this is the 3rd gen. Sorry, what is this? 87, so it's not that much. It will be interesting to get into a 3rd gen Honda Magna engine. So yeah, this is an 87 Super Magna. I forget what I'm doing. So guys, if this is it, I will see you on the next one. Get out and tear down your bike. Get your engine. There's coolant passages there. We're going to get some parts listed and sold. Flipping gears to the 1995 3rd gen Magna. I told you we're getting everything torn down. I went down here. I was going to drop oil, and I unhooked from this clip right here this coolant line, thinking there wasn't coolant in it, and I almost got very wet. So anyway, hopefully that's done draining. I wasn't even thinking. So now that gets lower. Might as well just dump the rest out. Look, there's no oil in it, so that's good. We don't have a blown head gasket or anything. So under here, up at the front of the engine, there's our starter on the left. Right here is our starter. Those usually have 2 bolts holding them to this engine. Yep, one there and one there. Those look small. 8 millimeters. Here's our oil filter. We'll just cut that, spin that out, and then down below, our drain plug. We'll drop that and get this oil out. See what the oil looks like in this engine. As I said, there weren't any spark plugs in it, so I don't know what was going on. Somebody took them out, never put them back in. Let's see how well, we know the coolant looks good. Let's see how the oil looks. Typically, our drain bolt's going to be a 17, and it is. So I cracked it. Now all I got to do is counterclockwise unscrew it, and then oil will drop out. I like where it's located on this oil pan because it's already leaning that way due to the side stand. We do not have a center stand on these 3rd gen Magnas. And it looks like we have clean, dirty, well, dirty, but when I see oil like that, I call it clean. It's actually looking pretty clean in the long run. It's probably not been in there that long. And since the filter's right here on the front, I can move my pan, don't lose this drain plug, and catch all of it at the same time. Got the side cover loosened up here, all 8 millimeter bolts. Some might be different, so keep track of that. I did take the mallet, the soft mallet, and tap on it a few times. Got it loose now, so we're gonna pull all these out. They're just falling here. I got the starter off. Those 2 8 millimeters, and then it just kind of pries out from the engine casing because it lines up over here. You want to see that? You can see it. That's where the starter goes in. Goes right up into that gear, and that's how we start the bike because we send power through here. This is a 10 millimeter. I got to get one for that. You can disconnect the starter motor. That comes right from the starter relay. I dropped one in the oil, but one of these, this is the other one that was for that. So that's ready to go. And like I said, get this little guy out of here. Going around here, we're gonna pop this off and see what's in here. Here's your dipstick for oil when you check it, and here's where you'd fill it. So we're draining the oil because this engine's coming apart, but if you were gonna put oil back in, you're gonna check it right here. But here is another way to see what's in here. We're about to see the starter clutch, I believe. There we go, and the clutch itself. Looking clean, looking nice. I was gonna go on eBay. That's a pretty nice side cover there. I'm running out of room here. And there's everything we need. Starter clutch, starter gear. This is the clutch, I believe. This is, oh, the other bike had 2 of these. This one and this, there was one here too. So we don't have 2 pulses. I don't know, we'll have to look up what this is because this appears to be the same bracket, just different. We're gonna pull that off with 8 millimeters here. So it looks like the same one that the Super has. And then this goes up here. This line is right here. So that's all that is. And it's connected to this here. So there you go. This is all gonna come off for me. And I'm guessing this is where you'd turn it for timing. But we could pull off the clutch basket. I don't know, is this all free? It might be. And this is all for sale. So guys, once I get this off, I'll show it to you, but this looks nice and clean. Everything looks very, very good. The engine did crank before I took it apart. And we're just tearing it down. So I will see you on the next one. You can see things are a little bit different on this engine versus this is a 3rd gen, and the last one you're looking at was a 2nd gen, a 1987 Super, and this is a 1995 750 Magna. I will see you on the next one. Get out and ride. These are all pretty good. Here's our friction discs and our steels. All that, and then we can get the basket out, take off that stuff, get her all out.